Good morning, everybody. Nick from Meat Smoke Fire here. You never hear that bit because you haven't joined by the time. That's only if you watch it on catch up. Anyway, that sounds like we run a TV program. Well, welcome. It seems like it's been a very long time. I think last time we had James here, we did the steak cooking thing on the Afia. Today we're back to big green eggs, promise. So we are doing our usual 3 different dishes on the big green eggs, and unusually we have already published them. We've already written them up. They're already on the website. So if you don't want to watch, you just want to go off and do them, fine. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So it has been mega busy, which is great. We're all a bit knackered, but there you go. But we are the full complement this weekend. Hurrah! So, on camera, Andrea! And that has been a while for you, hasn't it? See, it feels like it.
I've got a full-time job.
Yeah. I mean, she helps us out. She is very much appreciated. But
yes,
she's
it
back
has been
and
a
looking
long
very
time.
summery.
Yes.
Yes. On keyboard, we've got Helena.
Morning.
We've got Mama on the red wine.
Morning.
Morning, Mama. And the garden is looking lovely, look. Oh, perfect for all the classes. Right, I'll hand you back. So, 3 dishes today. We have, we're carrying on with our, you're probably fed up with these turmeric rice papers, but we're going to carry on with those. We are going to make a feta and spinach crispy spiral with those, or crispy feta and spinach, whatever. We did it in the week. It is stunning. We loved it. We are also going to do a leek tarte tatin. Now, it takes a little bit longer than a whole cook. So I've got one already halfway cooked and one, so that'll be ready. And then for dessert, we are going to do, and we've already started that, but I'll show you the first process as well because we need it to cool down. We're going to do some, I've forgotten already. Cantucci. Cantucci is the way I had to remember it, and I forgot. I can't.
I love that.
Cantucci, which are basically a bit like very much like a biscotti, but with almonds in them.
They come from Tuscany, apparently.
Tuscany. So we're going to make some biscuits, and they're very nice. So.
And they're all practice. So it's
And
not
they're all
be,
practice.
It's not going to be a car
It
crash
won't be a
today.
car. It probably will be because I'm out of practice. But anyway. So yes, let's crack on. Let's show you what we've already got going on. So in this egg, we've already got a pan warming up. Bit dull. Over here, this is going to be our tarte tatin, or this is the first stage of our tarte tatin. So we're doing a leek tarte tatin. So we've got some leeks that are just roasting off. I've got them on a baking tray. It's about 180, 200 degrees. These have been in there about 10 minutes now. Just allow them to soften. Just got a little bit of olive oil on them and some thyme. Fresh thyme straight out of the garden over here, just to make them nice and soft, nice and lovely. And then what we're going to do is take those and line one of our Tefal Ingenio pans with them. So we're going to put them in and then put some puff pastry on the top and bake it. Now, I can't finish that and get them in here and bake the puff pastry in the 45 minutes. So we thought of that. Right, over here, already part baked, we've got our cantucci. You can see we've got some crushed up whole almonds, and then we've got some full size white almonds in there as well, just to give it a little bit of colour texture. But what we're going to do with this in a minute is just chop it and then bake it for 5 minutes each side. And when we bake it, that will crisp it up, so it goes that really crispy, like biscotti.
Nice
Cool.
crunch to it.
Twice biscotti means twice baked. So yeah, so we're going to go over there and we're going to start the next dish. So this is going to be our spirals, spinach spirals. So what we need to do first is wilt down some spinach. So I've got a pan in here. It's just one of the bigger pans. A little bit of oil in there just to give it some liquid, and then you get in a whole packet, without melting the packet to the pan, of spinach.
I was actually really surprised that it used a whole
No,
bag.
it wilts down so much.
Yeah, this will go down into like half a handful. So we'll get all of that spinach in there and we'll just wilt it down for a couple of minutes. So while we're doing that, who have we got on?
So we have got Cork on.
Morning, Cork.
Oh, Jason, should I say. Franco. John
Franco.
Pritchard, Simon
Morning, Franco. Morning,
Strelitz.
John. Now, is Franco in the country? I have to ask that every week.
Andrew Eglon Fishing, Martin Hawkins.
Morning, Martin.
UK Barbecue.
Whole stack of people.
So Simon has said, is that a new rusted steel unit that the egg is sitting in?
Yes, it's the Afia table. So Big Green Egg have just bought one out. They're both Corten steel. This is the Afia version, or not the Afia version. This is the original version that Afia did, and it's bigger than the Big Green Egg one. The Big Green Egg one is a little bit small, I think, but hey, they're both very nice. We will get cupboards put in there eventually. We just haven't done it yet. So yes, right. Sorry, wandered off. Yeah, and that one, the Afia one can take all sorts of different grills because the little nest that hangs down can be adjusted. So if you haven't got an egg, you could put something else in. Anyway, so our spinach wilting down. It's already lost a lot of space. This isn't going to take very long at all. Give that a couple of minutes. Any other questions, Helena? What are people cooking this weekend? Look at it, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What have you cooked recently? Hopefully you all saw... Oh, I've got to show you something. Stay there. Stay there. Toys for the boys. So, it was my birthday this
Depends
week.
what way you look at it.
Yeah. It was my birthday this week, so I was given this. Can you see? It's backwards meat, smoke, fire. It's a
Sorry,
branding
I'm not sure
iron.
if that's
So if you're into your
entirely
Yellowstone, I'll soon have the girls branded up. But yeah, we can brand stuff. So it's actually for burger buns. So we are going to do some burgers maybe tonight, and we'll brand the burger buns, and you'll have meat, smoke, fire burger buns. How cool's that? But it does work on plank. So we will be launching our own range of cedar planks at an exorbitant price with meat, smoke, fire branded into them. No?
Welcome to another distraction in the world of meat, smoke, fire.
So my friend Simon and Liz gave me that, which is lovely. See, it nearly disappeared, this spinach. So to this we're going to add, basically, we're going to take it out, we're going to fry off some, I've got shallots, but you could use onions. We're going to fry off some shallots, some garlic, a bit of salt and pepper in there as this cools down. And then we're going to put all those together with some mozzarella and a bit of feta cheese. So we want that stringy bit from the mozzarella. And then we're going to put them into these wrappers, wrap them up, and then put them into like a Cumberland sausage. So this could be, if you had vegetarian guests and you wanted to serve them sausages, this looks a bit like a Cumberland sausage. It's also gluten-free. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Right, nearly there on the spinach. Look how little that goes. A whole packet. Any comments, Helena?
Rachel says, shall we call you Rick then? You're not going to get that, are you? He's hopeless at names, Rachel. Rick is in Yellowstone.
Oh, okay.
He's the cowboy.
Yes,
One of the
yes,
cowboys.
yes. The one who's just, well, where we're up to has just been,
Don't give any
Yeah.
spoilers away.
we're only on series 1 or season 1. We're not very far in, are we? So, anyway, other big news, haircut coming this week.
Don't
got-
crunching for that.
I'm getting bored of it now.
Is it too high maintenance?
It's not high maintenance at all, it's just getting everywhere.
I can tell.
Yeah, I've been waiting for the kids to go back to school. I don't need to be queuing after all the kids having their hair cut at half term. Right, that's good. We're going to take this off. So you can see that spinach is completely wilted down. In fact, I'll just put it in a bowl. It'll be a lot easier.
Oh yeah.
Leave my pan on.
Make something else dirty.
Yeah, you lot can then clear up. Joking. It's got to go in a bowl anyway.
Morning, Andrew.
So in it goes. Which Andrew's that?
Stoneman.
Morning, Andrew. We had a fabulous weekend last weekend with Sue, Andrew, Julie and Neil. Julie, who does our classes. Neil, Julie's husband.
Sue's your birthday twin.
Sue's my birthday twin. So yeah, Sue had a big birthday on Wednesday.
And Andy took a lovely photo that I've just changed my profile.
Yeah,
picture.
yeah, and Eddie and Annie. So there were 8 of us at Luke's place, which was awesome. So this is just. See, that's why I'm getting my hair cut. It's one of mine. We're going to take some shallots. So that was 4 banana shallots. Get those in, get those softened up. They don't have to be cooked all the way through, but we need to soften them. we're going to put in a little bit of garlic, actually 4 whole cloves of garlic, so not a little bit. So that can go in. We'll put some oil in a minute. And then just, because it's Mama's here, we've got some chilli. and some nigella seeds. So onion seeds or nigella seeds, they can go in. And a little bit of oil just to start frying those off. And then we'll add the cheese in a bit, and those will become so these will become our filling for our spirals. So we're letting our spinach wilt down a little bit. You'll get some liquid that comes out of it, so you need to drain it off. So we'll do that in a minute. But let those fry off for a second.
The cantucci?
No, I'm going to show them my tarte tatin.
Fair enough.
So we have already, it won't be done yet, in this egg, a whole tarte tatin. So you can see it's just got puff pastry on the top, there's leeks underneath it, and it's just started cooking. So that's going to take about 30 minutes. That should be just ready at the end. Stunning. Right. You want me to do the cantucci, do you? Helena?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you need to do, in fact I'll do them all straight on the board because nothing's been on. So this was baked for about 20 minutes. It's just on parchment paper. On the egg, it's set up with the convector feet up and convector feet up, stainless steel grid, baking stone on top. And we've still got that exact setup, 200 degrees or 180 degrees. And we're going to chop this into reasonably large chunks. So sort of about 2 centimetres wide. Well, these are going to be biggies.
He's 2 centimetres and you're 2 centimetres of, you know.
Yeah. So we'll get these. Oh, broken that one. Doesn't matter. Okay, all of those then we can get. I'm going to get a baking tray, which I've just put down here. And we'll go straight back onto our bit of parchment. But you want to put them on their sides. Does that make sense? Because then they're going to bake on the top and the bottom. I think we could have done them a tiny bit more, Helena. But I think they'll be fine. So let me move that around there to make it easier. So they're a little bit sticky still, but this will bake them. And what you're looking for is to totally dry them out. So that can then go back into this egg, and they're going to take about 5-6 minutes aside. So we'll do them and then we'll flip them up the other way. So if you have a look, Andrea, it's got our convector in there, stainless steel grid, baking stone on top. The baking stone's there just to protect the bottom of those, otherwise they'll get too hot. Okay. So that's our cantucci going in. Let's go and have a quick stir of all this stuff. So just starting to soften up. Want a little bit more, not a lot though. And then we can get that in as a filling. And then it gets fun making them. But right, let's show you what's going on with the leeks. So can you see these have all now started to soften? So they're done enough for me. So all I'm going to do, that's all right, is just grab them out of this to let them cool a little bit faster. Just put them in another pan. Now, what I haven't done with these, I haven't, and I'll show you how I prepped them. I haven't taken the ends off. So that means you can just pick them up whole, if that makes sense. That one I've made a right mess of. But what you want to do is lie these things down into the pan whole, but we will cut the ends off. Recipe that we sort of plagiarised a little bit, took the ends off first, but they all fall apart. It's a lot easier to do it this way with the ends on, and I'll show you how I prep these in a second. Right, that can, let's take this pan out. Just pop this down there. Close this down. So those are going to cool a little bit because you've got to pick them up, and we're going to cut them. We're going to lay them across here and cut them to size. So you'll have some long ones and then they get thinner and thinner. We'll get those in there. That's boiling. The sun is right on those. I'm going to move them into the shade. It's hot there. So let's go back over there, Andrea.
Okay.
Any comments, suggestions?
No, so Martin's done a freezer raid.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm going there for dinner.
Was there any fish?
Can I come to yours for dinner, please, Martin?
Monkfish and chorizo kebabs
Oh.
and lobster tails.
Oh,
Ah, I guess there might be some fish in it.
And then Bex, who came on our class
Yes.
recently, they had Dover sole last night, I think she said, yeah.
Oh,
And she's even been
I'm just going to go and squeeze this to get the water out. So carry on.
Okay. Simon has been doing pork, which sounds amazing, and Chris and Rachel did a whole sea bass last night.
Oh, nice.
And Franco is doing, it sounds sad, curry for one tomorrow,
no, welcome to my world, Franco.
because he's on his own this week.
Oh, Franco. Let's do that. Right, coming over.
Okay, fair enough.
What's the tissue? There we go. Nearly hit the bin. Right, let's get these out and into here. So far we've got just our spinach, and now we can put in our extras. So I'm going to grab the pan, bring it over here. All of this needs to go in. You really need it to cool down a little bit, but we'll work that bit out in a second. Oh, pan's getting hot. 1 second. Right. So far we've got spinach, we've got shallots, we've got our nigella seeds, we've got some garlic, some black pepper,
Chili
bit
flakes.
of chili flakes, bit of salt. No, I haven't put the salt and pepper in yet, have I?
No.
Haven't done that, so we'll season it. So this is going to be our filling. So a little bit of salt, because you're going to put some feta in there, so don't go mad with the salt. Little bit of pepper and some nutmeg, because this gives it a lovely. So you just get a piece of nutmeg and you can grate it in there. So we're going to go for about half. The wind hasn't blown it all away. Now if you don't like nutmeg that much, don't put so much in. Right, nutmeg in. Then we're going to get our feta, which is in the fridge. Let me just grab that. It's all a bit broken up, this one, so I'm just going to drain it over the sink. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, it's not. It feels worse than it is. Take that all back. So we're going to take about half of our feta. You don't need it all. And just crumble it in. So take that bit. And then we're going to give this a good stir up.
Taking it from the middle.
Of course, all the best things come from the middle. In fact, I'll do it with a spoon. It'll be a lot better. Or a fork. So get this, mix it all through, because this is now the finished filling for your swirls, your spirals, which will be delicious. Oh no, I've forgotten to put the mozzarella in. So about 70 grams. That was a little bit heavy when we weighed it, so that is 70 grams now. And that will just give it a bit of a gooey pull. I mean, it's just pizza mozzarella, it's not the real deal, but you could use normal mozzarella, but
Oh, it smells amazing.
yeah, it is good.
Oh,
So let me just give my hands a quick wash,
I would.
and then we'll get this board going.
Nasty, isn't it?
What's that? Scrape on the floor.
Yeah.
Patio needs it, please. How long has it been on those?
I did 5 at a time, it's about 40 seconds left.
Okay, so I'll wait on that, I think, because otherwise if I start doing this and then try and do that, it's all going to go Pete Tong.
Well, I can do that.
Well, what we're going to do with these, I will weight it down on the corner. We've got 2 eggs here. We're going to put these eggs and beat them into this low bowl without the shells. Never good at that egg cracking bit. And then we'll beat them up, and this is what we're going to put on our instead of using water like we've used before for our rice papers, we're just going to use this. And that will give it a little bit of extra crunch as well. So just beat that. Looking good over there. Perfect. Right. How are they looking, Helena? Let's go over, Andrea. We're good to go.
I'm going to get some tongs to put them.
Oh yeah, crisping up beautifully.
Oh, it looks lush.
That one might be more challenging.
Yeah, they're a little bit gooey in the middle, these ones. We should have cooked them a bit longer earlier. But we are where we are. But we'll...
Nice.
Yeah, they'll be good. It's another 5 on the other side for those. Right, here comes the fun bit. Let's pin this down. I'll pin it down on the other edge. Now, we take our... so we've got our filling. I'm going to take 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And instead of using the water, we're going to use the egg. So into the egg, flip them over, into the egg. Oh, thank you. Yes, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, wipe it across. What you need to do is put oil on your parchment paper. Otherwise, it gets a bit sticky.
Expertly done,
So we just. So put some oil on your thing, on your parchment paper. Get your one of these. Let most of the egg run off. Put it in the middle. Get another one. So get some egg on it. Both sides. Make sure it's covered because it's going to soak that egg up, and that is what's going to make it soft. They're a bit like cardboard before you do this, but then they'll start to soften up. Yeah. So then overlap it by about 1/3. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same with this one. These will start to soften up. Oh, I've got a split in that one. Oh well, we'll go for it. I'll put it on the overlap bit. Right. Let me just wipe my hands again. Jeez. Right. So now we've got 3 of those, and they're softening the whole time. So if I feel this first one, it's gone like rubbery.
Oh, rubbery.
Yeah. So now we're going to take about half of our filling. Oh yeah, she's forecasting a car crash over there. I can hear them chatting in the background going, this should be fun. Heat of the sun and all that. We'll get there. Right. So you want about enough filling that it's going to be sausage-like. That makes sense? Yeah. So let's just push it up to the ends. We'll fill it like this. Squidge it together. Not bad. And then we found the easiest way to do this, the first bit is just to peel it off, which isn't...
I love how you say we found.
Well, I found... Well,
sorry, Helena.
she was involved, sort of. So you get these, get them so they're over the top, and then the easiest way then is just to roll it.
Look at that. That's almost like... You've done it before. Yeah.
I've practiced. And then tuck them. Yeah? Tuck it and then squidge it so that your sausage filling sort of even along it. Does that make sense? Do it again. Now if you oil your paper, it means it doesn't stick.
Well done, Helena.
If you don't oil your paper, it's a nightmare, as I found out the other day. We'll just do one. It's not exactly... Right, and then what you can do is start to spiral it up. Once you've got it like that. There you go.
Well done, Nick. That's so cool.
Yeah, now watch me drop it. Right. And then we're going to go back into our pan. I might just...
Want some oil?
Yeah, I might just wipe that out a little bit. So hang on a sec. Still got some bits of...
That looks very professional.
yeah, little bits of, what do you call it in there? Shallot and garlic. It's just burnt a bit, so I'll just get that out of the way. We don't need that on this, do we? Put that in there, and then a little bit of oil. And we'll get this bad boy in there. Alright, I'm going to lift it and then open it and hopefully not drop it. And the whole thing makes 2 of these to get 2 ready at a time. You want your egg about 180 degrees, something like that. It's going to crisp up. It's a direct heat. Shouldn't take long to cook those. Those should be doing.
I've got a timer on that.
Okay. Just going to wash my hands again.
So, how long for the spinach?
So that is going to take about 5 minutes, and then we'll flip it.
Ooh, nice.
And then 5 minutes, and then we'll flip it. Right. So those, I've got a little bit more, but let's show you how we made them. I'll keep that because we'll make some more of those.
Okay.
So over here, Andrea. So we've got dry ingredients in here. There's some flour, some sugar. We've got blanched almonds. We've got normal almonds, but with the skins on that we crushed down a bit. That one's not, but we crushed most of them. We've got half an orange, zest of an orange, half a zest of a lemon, pinch of salt in here, and all of that can just be mixed together now. And that is our dry ingredients, and then we'll put the wet stuff in there. This is so easy.
Those off, I think.
Those?
Yeah, no, these.
Oh, did I get? Yeah, I got those off. Those, right. You think they're ready?
Yeah, just take them off to let them cool.
Okay.
They'll firm up. So I think
Okay.
you know they're going to get
Oh yeah, look at those.
Oh my days.
So they're done, and they can sit and cool.
Sweet.
So this is the bit of how to make them. So we've got all of our dry ingredients in there. We're just going to crack in 2 eggs. We're going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla paste, which is about all I've got left. Yep. We're going to put in 2 teaspoons of runny honey, which is about that much.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit more, but you know. And then you just bring that together. There's nothing else. That is all the wet ingredients. So you just got to stir this until it will start to soak up those bits. And then you'll be able to get your hands in and form it into a dough. Yeah. Helen says if it doesn't come together, add a bit of water. But if you're patient and you push down with the back of your spoon, you're pushing that liquid through the flour. You had to use water, but you know, I think mine are both perfect because I don't bake. This is a Helena recipe, so you can see it's all coming together nicely. We'll get our spoon and then just squidge it a bit, and it should pick it all up, go together. You don't want to overwork it apparently. That's perfect. Of course it is. Right, so we'll take a bit more parchment paper. Way too much. Fly around the garden now. Want that bit? Oh, got it. And we're going to then take our dough, and you want to form it into like a sausage shape. A bit like that. Pat it down a bit, and that's all it needs. What it will do then is when we bake it, it's just going to spread out, and when it spreads out, it will firm up a bit. We'll make it a little bit thinner so it might cook better in the middle. But sausage shape, and off you go. Tastes good too.
Good, yeah.
Right, just go wash my hands again.
Shot Cora.
So, any questions, comments, Helena?
No, I don't think we have today. They're all very quiet today.
Is everyone a bit
Oh, I think there's a lot.
holidayed out?
I think everyone's
On holiday? Yeah.
away.
Right, we will get the tin.
Just take the slices.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, they're nice and hard now. Perfect. So get one of your tin. If you've got too much paper, you can always trim it down. I think I've still got too much paper there. So we'll take a bit off. Should have done my circles thing, shouldn't I? But we'll get that on there, and that can then go back on, and we'll have another batch. So in it goes. 200 degrees, 180 degrees, off you go. So that's that. Now,
Have we set a timer?
we've got to flip this. Hopefully I haven't burnt it. No, it should be alright. So can you see it's just sitting there, it's not too hot. It should have started to crisp up on the other side. Look at that. So you want that lovely golden, can you hear it?
Oh yeah.
Want that golden crispiness on both sides. So another 5 minutes, something like that. Should we have a look at our tarte tatin? So hopefully, look at that, puffed up beautifully. Oh, it's not quite done the dough, so it needs another 5. Everything inside's looking lovely. Now, if you do our apple tarte tatin, we don't use the convector. We just do it direct. We cook direct. This one, because we put honey in there, and it's really honey can burn, use the convector. It will just help you control it a little bit better. You won't burn the honey as much. So I'm just going to turn that up a tiny bit. That'll be ready. Right. Any questions or comments?
Do we need to
While we
prep the...
Oh, the leeks, yes. Let's show how you do it. Thank you, Andrea. I totally forgot. Let's do it over there. So, this is how I like to do it. So these hopefully have cooled down a bit. So take a whole... Oh, by the way, the leeks, let's do this bit first. To get them to that state, you grab a leek and then hold it and run your knife down the middle. Okay, so just chop it in half. What I do is take the outer leaves off, and then under a tap you can just open it up and you should be able, this one has got 0 dirt in it, but there's normally dirt here, so just wash the dirt out, because the last thing you want is a crispy tarte tatin or crunchy cut tarte tatin. But that one's actually perfect. So all you do is split them like that, put some oil over them, put some thyme off them, bake them like that. And then we can take this one, we're going to lay it in, we're going to chop the end bit off, because we don't want that going there. And then we judge on this pan, we're going to put it up the other way, how much we need to take off from the other end. Does that make sense? So you do waste a bit. And then we'll get the next one. Now, you can alternate the ends so you get different colours. These are the shortest pair of scissors. I've got another pair here somewhere.
They were on the table.
Yeah. I'll use this one.
Oh no, they're over there.
Got a short,
I've got them. Stay there.
got a short blade on them.
Excuse me, Beagles.
Ah, perfect. That's better, Andy. Right, so yeah, just alternate them. So put them in, take the end off. You don't want the root bit on. Take the end off, pop them in, and then chop them to the size of your pan. Because you want them all to line up. And if you've done enough, you should be able to fill your pan. Just like this. We'll carry on. So I'm going to alternate it again so it doesn't all get the same colour at one end. A little bit fiddly, but it's well worth it. Got a few left. So end off. Picked up the wrong ones there. Last one there, so I'll take it. You want to sort of form them to the shape of the pan. So you can get them all in there. Last one. In it goes. Okay. So as you can see now, we have a pan full of leeks and they're all face down. So then we can take some of our other ingredients. So I'm just going to wash up a little bit. Okay. Should be alright, Helena. We'll come over in a sec. We're going to put some honey on. We're using hot honey, so we just took some runny honey, took some chili flakes, and we've made our own hot honey. So we're going to put some honey into there, a couple of tablespoons of honey, something like that. You could put it underneath, but it's all going to run through. I should have put butter in to oil the pan, but it's fine because this pan is Tefal, it's non-stick. If you're using a cast iron one, you could do that. Nothing wrong though with putting a bit of butter in your tarte tatin. So I'm just going to put some chunks, a few chunks, a little bit of butter in there. I know I've just said that. Yes, just said that. A little bit of salt and pepper. So we've got just in there. We're going to put some feta on the top, so again, don't worry too much about over salting at this stage. A little bit of salt and pepper, and then you can go on with the top. Do I need to look at that over there for a sec? Or are you happy? No? Cool. So take some puff pastry. Don't use, and we've said this before, don't use the all butter one. It's way too buttery. It'll ruin whatever you're doing. Open it up. Preferably take it out of the fridge a little bit before if you want to use it all, but because we're using the first bit, it's fine. Cut it just a bit bigger than your pan so that you can lay it across the top of the pan like that. So this pan is just about the perfect width, and then you can take your knife and just run it around the edge like that. So just use the pan to guide it. Simple, and then just push it down at the edges. Tuck it, if you can, tuck it, and then little cross in the middle. Let the steam out, and you can just prick it everywhere if you want on this recipe. But there's your tarte tatin. So we'll cook that one in a minute. Right, I'm going to take a few things. No, I'm not. I'm just going to put that out the way. So let's have a look at our little. These are lush. Oh, our temperature's crept up. Look at that. So I'm going to flip it again. It's got some of that shallot on. I'm saying that's ready. All you've got to do is crisp it up. It's all cooked. It's all going to be juicy inside. You could go a little bit more, but what you don't want to do is burn it. So I'm going to call that, take that off.
Don't drop it.
Don't drop it on the way over. So that is our spinach and feta spiral, and they are good. And what we're going to do with this, little bit, just for fun, few sesame seeds. We'll have some white ones, we'll have some black ones. Perfect. One dish done. Biscotti done. Just need that tarte tatin. Oh yes. Now this is quite juicy. This is the where's my black plate gone? It's here.
It's over there.
Yeah. This is the moment of truth, I guess.
I'm standing well back.
Yeah, it's quite juicy. So when you do it, just be careful. Put an apron on. Don't do it in shorts, and definitely don't do it in Birkenstocks. So, but what you want to do, take your pan out, place it down, put your plate over the top, get a pair of oven gloves on, and flip it over, and hopefully it should have all released.
Oh, look at that.
You've got one bit in there. We'll lay it out like that. And that is a leek tarte tatin.
It smells gorgeous.
Yes. Oh, it certainly does. We'll put it on here. But now we want to dress it a little bit. So, we've got a little bit of feta. Now you could use goat's cheese.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah. So I knew that these two, they're not big fans. So we're going to put a bit of our feta across the top, which will give it a nice saltiness. Melt in there, go gooey. Perfect. Should have got some more tissues. I should put my apron on with the towel, shouldn't I? Then I've had something to wipe my hands on all the time.
That's a novel idea.
Yeah. You can put a bit of chilli on because Mama's here. So we're just going to chop a few bits of chilli just for colour. It's not really a spice, but it does add a little bit. So we'll put a few of these on.
Oh, nice.
Just makes it look beautiful. How's that?
Gorgeous.
I might even go just a tiny bit more honey over the top just to make it look pretty. Also got some chilli in it, but not a lot. And then we need our biscotti. I'll bring this in. Cantucci, sorry. Cantucci. Always 3s or 5s. Let's do it that way around. How do they look?
Amazing.
Right, let's clear this out of the way a bit and we'll tell you what we've got. Pretty much bang on time. Oh, I should cut our little. I can because we've already taken the photos. So I'm going to cut our little feta thing in half so you can see what it looks like.
Spinach thing.
Spinach and feta. Oh, wrong one. Here it's crispy. Look at that. And I can tell you they are amazing. So,
Delish.
a vegetarian, vegan? No, not quite, because put the cheese on.
It's not vegan pastry.
Yeah, vegetarian. So we've got a leek, feta and chili tarte tatin with a little bit of thyme in there. We've got our feta and spinach spirals, crispy spirals. You can hear they're crispy. And we've got our cantucci, so almond biscuits. And you see all the almonds. I mean, look at this one here with the almonds running through it. I should put that one on the top. It's the best one. So, yeah. Looks stunning.
Shut the front door. The recipes are already up on the...
Recipes are all on the website. We've taken all the photography already, apart from the board on its own. So we'll do that in a minute. And that's it. So, next cook... next weekend. So after going 3 weeks or whatever it is without one, we've got one next weekend. And then that's it until July. July? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because stupidly we've booked 2 1-week holidays a week apart. So that takes all the weekends out. But we'll be around, sort of. We're taking these guys to Devon for our annual trip. But it won't be annual anymore.
No.
Anyway. Yeah. My friend sold the house. Rude. Anything else we've got to say?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Customers
Try
keep us
them. Let us know. Yeah, we are super busy, which is great. Thank you very much. I think we've had the best start to the year we've ever had. So, yeah, we'll be back next week with we have no idea what at the moment. So, yeah, let us know what you'd like us to cook. We might cook it. Duck. We did duck last time, didn't we? We could do something with duck. We haven't done a whole duck or a duck portion or a duck something. I love duck. And it's so cheap. Duck is a really good cheap, not cheap, but
It's not that
value
cheap.
for money. It's not. Two duck breasts are £7.50. You
they?
can't buy 2 steaks for £7.50.
No.
And they're as good as a steak. So we did duck last time, but we may do something with
Or
duck.
just pop to the river.
Yeah. Pop to the village green, we'll drag one off out there. No, we won't. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed that. We will see you next week. And if you need anything, just give us a call and we're around. So, perfect. All right, guys, thank you for watching and we'll see you soon.